Welcome back to Humankind. Today I'm playing with 3 Avatar The Last Airbender packs, cultures in the ancient and classical era, as well as a full, really deep, detailed rework of other systems like religion. Let's jump in. The first part of the mod that I've actually covered before is the first benders. This replaces the legacy trait that would normally give you 1 food, science, or industry per population. Instead, it applies some really fantastic bonuses. Like I say, I've covered this already in a separate video, so I won't delve too deep, but take a look at all of the different things that you can do here by choosing a very specific type. They're really on theme and incredibly awesome. I consider myself normally more of a waterbender. I don't have a good sky bison start. I consider earthbending to probably be the most uniform, right? We just get a good bonus to industrial tiles and better vision for our opponents. So I'm going to go through the Neolithic era as an earthbender. When you move through into the ancient era, you'll get to try the second tier. Here we have some really detailed, well thought out, interesting cultures. Take a look at Old Ba Sing Se just as an example. Plus 100% money on the capital, but you lose 2 city cap. Yikes. Plus 5 influence on the main plaza and half price garrisons. The crystal mine is super interesting. Plus 1 influence per crystals from the crystal mine. How good! And look at these public officials. Spies cannot fight but can enter enemy cities to steal resources, and they provide plus 2 stability per traders. Seriously, this culture mod is so detailed and so well thought out. Take a look again here. Omashu, the builders, 50% off infrastructure industry, plus 2 stability, plus 3 per mountains, and some huge movement speed. Huge movement speed buffs. 2 more in the ancient era though. I'll just quickly cover them off. You can see the Sun Warriors provide some influence from natural wonders and a bit of faith and industry from them too. Very, very well structured, of course, towards natural wonders as the Firebenders. And then lastly, of course, the early Water Tribe. 25% off, outposts, huge vision range, and a whole load of health regen, which builds on their abilities from earlier in the game. Also, a buff for sterile terrain. Finally, a use for tiles that have up until this point been entirely useless. And I have to say, I love the 1 combat strength fishing boat as well. That is awesome. Sadly, the AI chose the the early air nomads. I really wanted them because they have cool holy site and population, very interesting population bonuses. But I guess for the purpose of this video, we shall try... Should we try Old Ba Sing Se? Oops, I got confused by the pink text. Minus 6 land movement speed on hostile armies on top. So this is like a super garrison that provides a whole load of stability, and also it exploits industry. Let's try Omashu, also buffing infrastructure, which could be kind of fascinating. Let's do it. Also, I have to admit, it's the cabbage seller that got me. Definitely the cabbage seller. A legacy of cabbage. Plus 1 gold on farmer quarter. Nice. Boom. See you later, Neolithic era, and hello, Omashu. In the ancient era, how exciting! Oh, and we're a builder culture as well. I actually didn't even notice that. I wasn't even looking. I was so dumbfounded by all of the intricacies in this mod. And take a look. We can use our influence to build the unique district here. Remembering that it does claim nearby industry, which is good for us because we chose the Neolithic era legacy trait that buffed our industry, particularly on forested tiles. Here's a plus 14 industry on our secret labyrinth that also applies swift to any friendly army, plus 3 land movement speed. Woo! Movement points 2, ignores terrain and river penalties. I think that might be a mistake. And it protects neighboring tiles from being ransacked. How good! Whoa, daddy. There's a good start for somebody like me who's trying to build a fairly strong industrial build out of these. Sort of on accident, but also kind of on purpose. I think the good idea here is just to pump up the capital of Omashu with a couple of extra populations. Get them onto, keep one on food. and build through our districts. I might get a foodie district down here too, supported by a few industries. It's what we do best after all. Ooh. And calendar unlocks us our spirit bridge. These remarkable places must be preserved as sacred, unbuildable after the ancient era. Oh, how cool. +2 influence, +1 faith, +1 science, -3 pollution, and per adjacent religious district. 5 faith and 2 influence. This looks like something that Humankind has been missing. It's the shrine, right? It's the building that you build before the holy site. Yes! I love it. Let's try it out. And then let's get horses, and then let's meme straight towards our cabbage cellar. Look at these juicy tiles thanks to our legacy trait. How good is that? That's just fairly basic as well, like ancient era kind of basic, which just makes it even more exciting. This is the kind of start that the water tribe would like. See, here you can see sterile terrain, right? It has literally no yields. I have tile yields on. It has nothing. A really interesting play would be a wintry game with the water tribe, I think. Maybe we could try that. Because of our extra stability, largely thanks to, of course, the Secret Labyrinth, but also thanks to our cultural trait, we can afford to build a lot more districts than you would usually be able to do on 100% stability, which is a good thing for us. 21. Whew. Let's go a really safely balanced 10-11 on top of that tile. That's a super juicy outpost for us. We'll keep this dude stationed here, ready to place another juicy one. Woof. And again here for 8 influence, we can get our mega district of awesome. Place that down, and actually we may as well start building some of these obsidians. I've got also dyes and more obsidian, so I'll probably take these next. Oh no! Oh, look at this! It's a 5 adjacency. 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, a 4 adjacency mountain. Rip. I'm still going to take it for the 23 industry that these whomping, absolutely whomping +5 industry mountains are providing. Oh, poor Joe. Poor Joe. Here we have our, albeit slightly misplaced, cabbage cellar. Let's build a cabbage cellar. Well, it kind of sounded like a cabbage cellar laugh, actually. District. See if we can go and beat someone up. Can actually get... How many can I get in a turn? What? My industry is insane! Cost of my districts is increasing, but it's providing stability, so it's just such a no-brainer. Let's build up this, turn it into our second city, and we're going to start looking towards the classical era where, you guessed it, we've got even more cultures to unpack. I'd also like to unpack these cabbage sellers. They're just a melee, close combat unit, but because I've spawned them on my district here, not only are they more powerful than any other unit you can unlock this early, with the exception, of course, of some of the unique warriors. But apart from them, very powerful. And 7 movement. Let's go and really, really explore. These units actually could be used militarily, but also because of their insane movement combining with my district, I feel like also they're pretty good exploration units as well. Of course, they can defend themselves fairly capably too. Okay, so, as I covered at the start, we actually have yet another era of cultures to choose. Again, Avatar, The Last Airbender themed. A huge shout out to Hofmeister, the creator of this mod, and also a mod on my channel during the live streams. Shout out to you, my dude. Take a look at this. Let's quickly go through these. I won't dwell too long, but there's a lot to them, so I would encourage you to go and have a look yourself. Firstly, we have the aptly named Beetle-Headed Merchants. +1 money per number of access to luxuries, and the same for food. Man, Nubians, eat your heart out. Look at this trading hub as well. Huge bonuses for the number of trade routes. This is probably, just quickly looking at it, probably the best trading civ in the game. The beetle-headed rhino riders are huge theme bonus as well. We also have the Empire of My Chin. +1 combat strength for each ongoing war that you've declared and each enemy city that you occupy. Holy crap. Cool. Plus 15 yields of industry and stability per war you've declared. Minus 10 of these years per war declare yields on you. Oh my goodness. That is really fascinating. The fifth nation, loads of combat strength for ransacking, plus 1 bonus population per ransack, and minus 1000% bonus money when being ransacked. Right, so you're almost immune to being ransacked, essentially. And you have huge combat strength, plus a little bit of extra stability, and a pirate crew who can pillage. Very cool. And then I believe, lastly, we have the foggy swamp dwellers. Food and faith on lakes. Huge food and faith from rivers. And a vine monster. Jeepers, now I have to think about who's the best for me. I think I need to go to war. Or trade. Or pillage. Or dwell in a lake. Okay, so there are a couple of lakes. The thing that puts me off about fighting someone is that I haven't actually found anyone to fight. Aha! And takesies backsies, there's someone. Let's try one of the warry ones. So my two options are the Empire of Qin or the Fifth Nation. Fifth Nation, of course, relies on ransacking for the most part, and has a pretty good pirate crew. I'm probably most interested in this, the Empire of Qin. Plus 15 yields of industry. We do already have industry. Per war we've declared, and combat strength for ongoing wars. Let's give them a go. See how it works. Fudge. Okay, so let's see. Right, so the district is doing some stuff here. Minus 3 from exploitations, plus 3 from synergy. So we're gonna have to work on that a bit. This district does not look very good. Yikes. But I will at the very least want to try my new unit. There it is, buried in conquest. It's quite far away. Luckily, my cabbage sellers are ready to roll. Let's go and see if they like cabbages. All the cabbages. Alrighty, here we go. The Mycenaeans. El Cid himself. Let us declare surprise war. Against the Mycenaeans too. Who are really, really winning. Okay, first up, this lot of cabbage sellers are going to wander over here. I'm in expansion. Oh, they blocked my movement. How dare you? What a move. What a move. Let's continue the merry band of cabbage sellers over this way. Go, go, go. Ooh. Oh. I've also buffed myself with a little bit of homeland and a little bit of a couple of other civics, so hopefully we have enough combat strength that we can at least hold our own here. We definitely can. And this isn't even a cabbage seller. Okay, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted. Oh no, I've been rudely interrupted again! And I don't have organized warfare! Shoot! Okay, this will be interesting. Combat strength on these guys around 21, 29 from that swordsman. That is well stronger than I am. Oh, I'm not sure about that attack. Oh, wow. Now we're talking! Yes! This is the district that I was promised. Looks like it's working properly. This is huge industry as well, basically everywhere I put it. Let's definitely queue those bad boys up. What we could do, even though our cabbage sellers aren't very good, they are numerous. So we could send another lot in to see if they can clean up this fight. See, like that. That's good. I want to take down these archers, so that is awesome. Okay, you merry band of cabbage... I was gonna say cabbage smellers. Cabbage sellers, just keep moving. Just keep moving. Gotta be fast, gotta be agile. More cabbage sellers. Feed the beast. Feed the beast. Whoa, that's a fast instant setup of a city there. When you create a new city with this culture and you just smash down that command center, it's brilliant. Really brilliant. Look at all these nice juicy yields we're getting off our town center. It's amazing, actually. Really, really good. And this is just the industrial build as well. It's important to note, you could go really deep into this mod. Not sure how many different combos there would be, because I'm not that good at quick maths, but I can assure you there'd be a lot. Because so far, the creator has added 4 new legacy traits, 4 new cultures in the classical era and the ancient. Let's declare a surprise war against the foggy swamp dwellers as well. There's another war, which gives my units another additional combat strength, right? Every additional combat strength counts. I snuck this unit sneakily in here to try and pillage this while they weren't looking. I think they're probably just going to turn around and look. I hope they don't. For some reason, they just let this unit sit here and take this territory. And I have no idea why, because they clearly have more combat strength. Combat strength? Jeepers, that was a very New Zealand-sounding sentence from me, wasn't it? They have enough combat strength to easily take it, so I'm not sure what they're doing, but I will happily take that outpost from them. Very happily. Ha! Amazing! I'm going to turn it straight into a city as well, seeing as I'm here. Let's convert it immediately into a city. Hope that they don't attack it. Quickly place down our 30 industry district out of that command center. That is really juicy now. 16 industry on our districts there too. If I build those both first, it should just blitz through everything else in the queue. I'm hoping, because I do need some food. So that would be nice. And then we'll just leave this cabbage throw here for the time being. Well, that's a wonderful take. Brilliant. I guess that means I'm using my units to take one of their cities, wherever that may be. Unfortunately, I mucked around too long in the war and accidentally lost. I do note that the civic has changed, though, relation to spirits. That's very cool. 30% religious district industry cost, moving me away from homeland, or 100% industry when clearing forests. I do love to clear forests. Let's get that. That's very fun. So I'm going to ask them to share maps, which they'll refuse. And then I can push that demand on them, refuse their demand, and hopefully just elevate some war support up so that I can get back into this war as soon as possible. This time, much more prepared than the last as well, it'd be fair to say. So I'll ransack their outpost there and then literally march all of these units right up to their border. I can actually go through my territory, which is quite useful. So I will do that. Now we get 160 industry from chopping down a tree in one turn. It's about, not quite 3 times, but nearly 3 times as much as this new city is producing. So that's pretty good. Feeling pretty pleased with myself, to be honest. And take a look at the changes to the religious screen as well. As if this mod could get any better. Now, yes, I'm quite far behind, I will admit. But even just the subtle changes here to these colors is quite cool since the last update. Very cool. Very cool. Shall we go truth and practicality? +2 industry on Maker's Quarter if we're the Earthbenders. Interesting. Firebenders. Cool. So it's catered towards each religion. Also, just in general, more interesting things here. Maybe we go for the Home of Spirits. Bit of industry, bit of faith. Double down on what we've already got. Let's give it a whirl. I'd love to keep upgrading, but that last war has absolutely bankrupted me. So I'm kind of all in now. I've put all my eggs in this basket. Okay, we must have the war support now. Yep, let's do it. Surprise war. We're both very low, so I have to keep that in mind. Thankfully, there's a fight I can win here immediately. And actually another one I could potentially win there, because those units aren't in a city. So let's go boom on you. You run away, naturally. Let's bring you down towards Sus. Let's also bring you towards Sus. Chop those choppers. Here are my shock troopers. They replace my archers. And actually, I've just got all archers here. Ugh. Ugh. What's the worst that could happen? They just run away. Nice. Chop down that tree as well, just to teach him a lesson. All right. Let's do what we should have been able to do a long time ago. We're bringing in the cabbage sellers. We're bringing in the shock troops. Everybody wants a piece of sus. Amazing. We're also going to move some other troops down to my keen using this incredible, clearly more than 6 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 tiles. Going to go on manual just so we can have a little look at our units. So our shock troops are, of course, replacing our archers. Very cool. Interesting artwork. But they are actually a ranged unit, even though they don't look like it. Let's see what they can do. Ooh, there's a good spot. Fascinating. Jump there. Fire at you. Cool, okay, I think I can auto-deploy this. We've got a rough feeling using the stats up the top there for just how strong we are. And you can see, in general, they're not really even doing a huge amount of damage to my ranged units, let alone everything else. So we might leave the siege of sus. There's a military star, there's a military star, there's a military star. Great. And clearly a resounding success as well. Look at how quickly their units are being destroyed. They're fantastic. Fantastic. Well, I think we can fairly safely assume that our units kicked butt, that we kicked butt, and we took sus for our own. I could march on and take the rest of these, and in fact I might just do that, but I'm gonna leave the video here. In a nutshell, these cultures are absolutely incredible. I moved through the Aztecs to get a little bit of extra movement. I thought that might just be the extra little kicker I needed. But regardless, they change loads of aspects of the game, from the Neolithic era right the way through to religions and everything else. It's a wonderful theming bonus. I'd have to spend hours to cover it in detail, which probably means you should go and download it for yourself and try. Why not? It's free. All 3 of them are on the App Store, and I'm told there's going to be more where that came from. So do stay tuned. I'll be sure to cover the rest as they come out. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.